Get ready with me whilst I get you ready for the Singapore F1 race weekend. Between the 3rd and the 5th of October, F1 will be taking to the Marina Bay Street Circuit. And this circuit is famous for two things. Firstly, it's the scene of Crashgate. And secondly, it's one of the most demanding on the whole calendar. And that's for a number of reasons. Starting with the layout, it is narrow. There's very little room for error. So it's mentally demanding because they're going to need a lot of focus and precision for the 62 laps on Sunday. Also, it's kind of tricky to overtake on this circuit, even though there are 4 DRS zones. So, out of the 19 corners, drivers are most likely to make an attempt at T1, T7 or T14, which are all heavy braking zones. And given these overtaking issues, qualifying is important and therefore straight line speed will be rather useful. However, many of the corners are low to medium speed and the actual circuit itself isn't really that quick, so teams are likely to favour a high downforce setup. Then there is the big talking point of Singapore, the weather. Even though it's a night race, it is hot and humid. For each of the 3 days, ambient temperatures will be in the high 20s to low 30s during track time, and the humidity percentage will be in the 70s. So it's unsurprising that it's this track where drivers tend to lose the most body weight from sweat. It can be up to 3 to 4 kilos. So this circuit is really physically demanding, and it's kind of a race of endurance. In fact, Russell and Hamilton were so affected last year that they couldn't complete their media duties. I'm not sure if this counts as weather per se, but seeming as it's a night race, drivers are going to have to adjust their sleeping patterns. Finally, we have the tyre situation. Pirelli have selected the C3s to C5s, and I am expecting it to be a one-stopper, so I'm thinking we're going to be seeing the mediums and the hards. Although a safety car is very likely, so that might mix up things. Furthermore, the pit stops will be rather important here because the undercut can be quite powerful and it's hard to overtake. And that might be their best opportunity for overtaking. Also, the track has high evolution, which means that grip levels will be changing throughout the weekend. Then there's the track's bumpiness. It's likely to require a higher ride height and it will negatively impact the tyre's grip. So drivers will adjust their driving style accordingly. But what about the news directly related to the race weekend? Sadly, the main one is that Lewis Hamilton's dog Roscoe passed away over the weekend. So naturally, it's going to be quite understandable if Lewis is rather reserved over the weekend. Finally, who is most likely to win? Is rather likely to be the pole sitter because they have won 10 out of 15 times. And McLaren are very likely to win the Constructors' Championship here because all they need to do is score 13 points.